What's up, Scrafters? We're back with another Round 1 Game 1 series. Now we have a Protoss versus Protoss. Bunno as the yellow Protoss, and Xanathar as the cyan Protoss. Now, we're on Altitude LE, which, if I recall correctly, is a ladder map. Well, won't be very long, but currently is. But, this is not in the map pool. So you're playing a map that is not in the map pool. The game hadn't even started and you'd already made a mistake. Like, come on. That being said, there's nothing wrong with Altitude. In fact, as a Zerg player, I really like this map. It's a nice macro map with the added twist of these gold bases guarded by the Xanathar tower. So how you approach this in the late game is really up to you. You can destroy this cooling tower to kill this, then kill the rubble to mine out of this base, but that takes a long time. You could just use this for vision and even like long distance mine this, you know? You have several options for what to do with the gold bases. And I like that. It's very, very nice. So opening wise, this looks pretty normal. It's a bit slow, but it looks pretty normal. Workers in production from both sides. Early forge for Bunno. I'm not sure about that one, Chief. Like, what are you getting out of that forge? You're not going to cannon rush your opponent. You've missed the boat on that one. And it's just early. There's not much point for it, is there? Down comes the gas for Bunno. Gas also going to be coming down for Xanathar. This is all very natural timings of things. I'm not really particularly worried about what these guys are doing. I'm worried that this probe has minerals in its mouth. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm worried that this probe has minerals in its mouth. Like, is that necessary? Does it need to be stealing those? Second gas for Bunno. No. Again, please don't take gas too early. I've been stressing this. You need to keep your mineral line saturated, right? And if you put 6 workers at the gas now, if you were to do that, it wouldn't be. You take the first gas, fine. Take the second gas much later. Okay, Cybercore coming down for Xanathar, but they have stopped producing workers, which I'm not happy about. Expand also coming down, which, you know, I'm happy to see that as well. That's nice. As for Bunno, no Cybercore in sight, but you are building workers, which will help in the long run. This gas oversaturated. Please put one of these workers over here or something. Put down a Nexus. You got the money for it. Anywho, something I noticed recently that I'd like to draw the viewer's attention to. Look at these assimilators, right? Look at them. Do you see that cube that's getting made inside and then gets sucked in? I've never noticed that before. You know, it's like whoop, 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 whoop. I love that. I've never noticed that before. You can see the cube being made. The Cybercore coming down for Bunno now. It's very late. Your opponent's already researching Warp Gate, and your Cybercore isn't even finished. That's not good. That's the first upgrade you want to be getting. You want to be getting it as soon as possible. Zealots out for Bunno, and we're having a Stalker in production for Xanathar. There's a cannon here. I mean, why here? Why not put it on the low ground, like with this pylon here, to defend your expand, which currently doesn't exist, but absolutely should exist at this point in the time. You have the money, just slap it down. What are you waiting for? Why are you putting down a second pylon before? I don't understand what you're doing. Do you need these pylons right now? No, you don't. You're not even supply block. What are these pylons even for? Anywho, Warp Gate gonna finish eventually. Just slow upgrade that one. Twilight Cancel coming down for Xanathar. This is their first building of choice regarding tech. We'll see some upgrades out of this. Maybe they'll go into Templars by building a Templar Archives. We'll have to see, but I'm happy to see the Twilight Cancel. Even if you just get something like Charge, this is a nice tech structure to have. Gateways, more gateways coming down. The more gateways leads me to believe that we're getting Templars and Archons, because, you know, they come out of a gateway, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Or maybe it's just a charge roll thing going on, but I think I don't know, this is pretty slow for that. And again, you're not building workers, Xanathar. Please build workers. Robo, the first tech structure of... Actually, no, I say that. The Stargate's actually the first tech structure of choice, but also the Robo and the Twilight Cancel. So you just put all 3 of them down, which... Okay. That's fine. But that would be fine if this wasn't idle, and if you weren't researching... You know, you haven't even researched Warp Gate. What is this? Boy, research Warp Gate. It's the most important upgrade. Yeah, look at this, right? Look at this cannon battery combo. This is strong when it's defending a natural expand. But the main, don't put it here. Please, it doesn't need to be in the main. You don't need this here. Defending a natural, which went down a lot faster, would have been better. Stargate idle. Robo idle. Robo rallied to the mineral patch. For some reason. Any other base? No, it's just a Robo. It's that is a rally to the mineral patch. Here's a pro tip, Bunno. No units from the Robo can mine minerals. Like this warp prison isn't going to collect minerals for you. So why you rallied it there? That just looks weird, doesn't it? Oh, that is grim. I don't like that. All right, on the other side of the map, lots of warp gates. This is what we like to see. What's being warped in here? A bunch of stalkers. Templar archives going down, so perhaps we will see Templars. That's exciting. I like Templars. 2 gases going down here. This is early. Well, it's not early in terms of time, but in terms of your mineral saturation, it is. My advice to newer players would be this. Don't take gases other than this early first one that you should be taking until you've fully saturated a mineral line, and don't take this one immediately. You should take, I reckon you should take your second gas at your first base when you're taking gases at your natural, and you take the gases at your natural when you're fully saturated on the mineral line in the natural. And then make sure that new probes go here, not probes already mining minerals, unless you have a gas-heavy build planned and are actually going to spend gas and not let it bank up like most players at this level do. The warp prison was looking at the minerals, because again it was rallied towards them. Interesting. Fleet beacon going down. Are we going to see carriers? I'd like to see carriers. Templar archives also going down, and the dark structure. Again, you're just building every tech structure. So that'd be cool if you were actually going to build those units, which, you know, what have you built? You built gateway units. You're not even using your tech structures. I mean, that being said, you did build 2 warp prisms, but that's it. A probe going to come up the ramp and die. Okay. Alright. So he saw that his opponent has gateway units. That's not particularly useful. There's a +1 air upgrades. Like, if this is the direction you're going with a fleet beacon, you don't need to put down these buildings here. That, I imagine, are probably going to see absolutely no use whatsoever. I imagine you're not going to build any of these of the units that these buildings allow you to build, because you are too busy going full into air. So why did you waste money on these structures that could have been used on, you know, the units that come out of this structure, which is also idle, by the way. This isn't idle. You're building more warp prisms. For what? Warp prisms are not a good combo with carriers, which you seem to want to go down. Or is it maybe Tempest you want to go down? Because I think that's a Tempest upgrade. I'm not entirely sure, though. Okay, a Tempest is being produced. Warp gates don't help them. They help ground units. You just look confused because you're building just everything, but not building the units that these things allow you to build, apart from the case of the Stargate and the Robo. Like, I don't understand. You're just building random stuff. That doesn't really help. And that's why your army supply is so low. Your opponent's actually committed to something. They've committed to Templars with assistance from these charge lots. I think they're charge lots. I did think I saw charge researching. Now, if you were building carriers, this would be great, because a carrier, right, just stalkers, you're going to do pretty well. But against this ground army, what you actually have is a much smaller army of just gateway units, warp prisms, and 1 Tempest, which isn't going to help you against this army. Now, I don't think these High Templars have Storm, so, like, they're not really doing much right now. Fuse these into an Archon, and it'd be, like, epic. It'd be boss. It would rack up those kills. Please do that, and that can shoot up as well. As it is, they're just sort of awkwardly auto-attacking, which is not what you want to use Templars for. With that, you know, the whole, like, after-image thing. Oh, they're cool looking. I like how Templars look. I think they suck. This pylon placement, good, so you can, like, warp in units from the pylon. I like that. This Tempest is going to get on in the action. The Stalkers are going to have a little nibble at it, though. Will this Tempest last long? I don't think so. Again, it's 1 Tempest. That's not good. It's not good enough when your opponent has, like, a handful of Stalkers. More Zealots being warped in. These are charge slots, as I said, so, you know, they're going to get a lot done. And your army supply is just significantly higher here, Xanathar. Because your opponent didn't commit to anything and just built a load of random tech structures, it looks like that your superior production is going to win you the game right here. I'd be surprised if this looks like a game-ending push to me. But again, you could be winning harder if these two Templars morphed into an Archon, right? And you actually spent your money, you know you've killed your opponent's army, just warp in just a bunch of charge lots of cooldown, get them into the base and just win. Like, it's over here. You outproduced your opponent, who was looking very confused. So my advice to you, Bunno, would be commit to something, right? Don't just build all the tech structures and then build like hardly any units. No, commit to something. The only thing you built out of the Robo were warp prisms, and they helped you not at all because you didn't use them at all because there wasn't much to use them with. So that was not a good call. They are good units, but not the way you use them. They're not. The Fleet Beacon, I mean, you did build a Tempest, but you know that Tempest just died. Void Ray coming out and it's gonna die to the Stalkers immediately, and yeah, the game ends quite swiftly. Pretty clean stuff from Xanathar, or in all honesty. Like, that build was a bit slow, but they have the fundamentals down. If they just build workers more continuously and improve their macro, then I can see Xanathar shaping up to be a great player. This was what's going on now? Why is Army stalling? Just win. Like, Bunno said GG, but they haven't tapped out. What's that about? Like, if you're gonna say GG, just hit F10N and just quit, you know? Don't make your opponent have to kill all your buildings, please. Makes me sad. What's this? Mercy? Truce? They've decided not to do things? Where are they going? Why are they going here? They know there's not a base here. Their opponent's been revealed. So that means on the mini-map they can see all their opponent's buildings. In case you weren't aware. Looks like they're just going to go home and kill the buildings now. Please put me out my misery. I don't want to watch you kill everything. Okay, thank you. Alright, what took you so long to press F10N? Anyway, 1-0 Xanathar, GG.